Oh man, that slide said thank you for watching. So we're gonna kind of go. Hey, 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 it's Friday, August 16th, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the West Coast. I am Brandon Beliso. This is Success Never Sleeps, where we, as a collective of martial arts school owners, small business owners, get together, chop it up, try to figure out this thing called life. I'm a thinker. I don't know if I'm a forward thinker, but I am a thinker. I think a lot. And I like to look at situations and through common sense and real life experience and real data, help you figure this thing out. You know, Chris Pirelli of Dojo Muscle, I just saw a post that he did. He posted a video or a reel or something. And it was just, he's talking about that. We live in a culture, he called it the kids who sit on the toilet and watch YouTube University. There's something amazing about experiencing life. And Christopher Pirelli was there when 9/11 happened. He was there through Desert Storm. I mean, he has seen a lot in his life up to this point. And it's amazing how people, I don't know if it's the sense of entitlement, but they believe they're entitled to be an authority on a subject they really know nothing about, but they watch a couple of YouTube videos or listen to a book on Audible. And in our industry, the there's so many consultants who just take something from Grant Cardone and regurgitate it. There's so many consultants that will take something from me even and regurgitate it. But to really understand what a consultant does or what a true marketer does really requires experience in that field. So, why do I share that with you? I just thought it was very poignant that someone would actually step up. You know, it's kind of hard because you sound like a crotchety old man, right? But it's got a lot of truth to it. I think what helps me so much is keeping my mind open and surrounding myself with young people to stay on the cutting edge of technology and the new thinking, but temper it with the old. And that's what I think makes Success Never Sleep so valuable as a show. If you're here and you listen and you tune in and you're part of this, that you're going to get a type of learning that will inspire you to discover for yourself what works for you. Cool. So let's begin by thanking our sponsors. You know, we love our sponsors. Tusaw, Market Muscles, My Studio, Kids Love Life Skills, LC Accounting. And we got to add one more in there, Marco. Kin Creative, our digital media partners in this thing called life. All these companies I use actively, all these companies I believe in. Gunny just posted from Tusaw, you know, how honored he was that their company once again supplied the uniforms and equipment to the Olympians in Paris. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Market Muscles is on version 4. My studio just launched version 2 and moved over to Stripe. You know, they're both tech companies, essentially software companies, and if they're not constantly innovating, upgrading, bettering their products, hey, you know, I just spoke to school owners, several this week, that use our Kids Love Life Skills character development and the impact it has on their business to position them as a life skills leader in their community, powerful in retention, powerful with attracting new students. And LC Accounting, yeah, my sister, I love her, and she helps keep me in check. You know, she helps keep me in check. So before I launch into this today, how to optimize your website, I was sitting today, my morning started, I don't know, 6 maybe, you know, with trading in the stock market and doing my work with Sam on to build my wealth, this passive income, this revenue stream outside of my businesses. And that segued into a meeting with a company that I'm hoping to become a part of and consult, which is a direction I'm heading in. And I did that for an hour and a half. In between that, I took the kids to school, made me and my wife a latte, and then also reconciled with the HVAC company that's putting the 2 new air conditioners into our Millbrae location to the tune of $41,000. So you want to know what a life of an entrepreneur is like? I will tell you. Oh, I didn't squeeze into the disgruntled kids that I had to drive to school with lots of attitude. Right? It's just all of it. It's all of it. But for me, every day I wake up as an entrepreneur, I want to be in love with life. And that requires creating a state of mind. And that's why people lean into people like Tony Robbins or whoever else is out there, Jay Shetty or Deepak Chopra, because you understand, even though you make a lot of money, it doesn't going to make you happy. You might be comfortable, but it doesn't make you happy. So managing your mindset and cultivating that mindset is very, very crucial to the overall strategy of being just a happy human being, but to be a successful entrepreneur. And that is why you should come to It's Time Life Purpose in November 9th through 12th, right here, Millbrae, California, 5 minutes from SFO. First day, all training, auditing our classes, discovering why we do what we do. That's our core product, right? Curriculum, teaching, how to teach better. So you get to observe our classes. You get to train with Dave Kovar. Sunday, business, business, business. And we do have a female guest, and I will announce that as soon as I get her bio and everything else. Then Monday's all personal development. Tuesday, wealth building, taking the information we learned over 3 days, finding accountability partner, strategizing, put it together in an action plan to execute. It's a 4-day event. It's the one I highly recommend. Some people are only coming for 1 or 2 days, but you should come for the 4-day event. Don't hesitate. Sign up today. Make the investment, which your best investment is who? You. You are your best investment. Thank you for that, Marco. And so for me, I get that. I get that. And then somebody else did a post. I didn't want to say their name because I don't know. And he was talking about Tony Robbins is not my mentor. Warren Buffett is not my mentor. My mentor is somebody who gets me, understands me, I can communicate with, and helps me fulfill fundamentally my version of success. And then he named 2 people, and I was one of them. And I felt very humbled by that. And I think that is what makes my work so unique, is that I don't believe one size fits all. I don't. And the art of helping you through discovery, what's going to work for you and what isn't, is really, I think, the art of what a great consultant does. But on a human level, it's what I get to do. And so my team and I, that we have for the It's Time group mentoring, we're doing great work right now. We have a couple of school owners we're working with, and we're looking to expand that. So if you're looking to have a team with you in your back pocket, I believe our It's Time group mentoring is not only affordable, but what you get out of that is very, very impactful. So put that in there also, Marco, for people that they can become part of our It's Time group mentoring. Bob Poole, what's happening, sir? Good to see you there. As you're coming aboard, tell me who you are, where you're tuning in from, all that good stuff, and make sure that you share this with people. Make sure you do what? You share this with people. Cool? And that was it. I got every day. I think life is a series of missed opportunities, and we get these messages that come through us, on the wave. And then when I saw that post from Christopher Pirelli, I do. Without being a crotchety, arrogant old man, I want to tell people, you know what? You can't just Siri, Alexa, or YouTube it. You can't. You've got to live it. You've got to experience it. So you have real world knowledge to share with people, right? You can't just go to, as Chris said, YouTube University. And then to see that quote from somebody that I know personally that is extremely wealthy, that is extremely worldly, name me in an audience of what he considers to be a great mentor. Again, I was humbled by that. Which, what does it say when the day's done? Right? It doesn't fill my ego, doesn't toot my horn. It just lets me know I need to continue to refine my work, do better work from a place of humility and gratitude. You with me? And that to me is an earmark of a great business, right? A great business. Businesses are always looking for leadership. Who's going to step up, right? You hear that a lot. Who's going to step up and lead this company? I raise my hand and say, let's all hold hands together. Let's step up together. I believe in not just contemporary businesses, but real humanism at the highest level. If we move together, we move well. If I have to step up and lead, then that sense of separation, of disconnect from my team can happen. Can you see that visual? So those of you small business owners, school owners out there, if you want to cultivate true leadership, move together. Move together. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about how to optimize your website. Now, a week or so ago, I went to Las Vegas, and I was humbled and blessed to speak side by side on stage with Steven Reinstein, the CEO, the founder, and the brainchild of Market Muscles. And what we were fundamentally doing was helping the dance studio industry understand the value of a strategically well-crafted website. And I'm amazed, and I see it in our industry too, how little respect, I'm going to say that word. Can I say that? How little respect businesses have for their website. And I would be led to believe that's just a lack of knowledge, of the right learning to understand just how valuable your website is. Back in the day, we called it the yellow pages, right? Everybody had the thick yellow pages, and they would use that to find a plumber or order a pizza or whatever the case may be. Your website is one of the most crucial marketing tools that you have. The challenge is you don't see the instant gratification. You're on a Facebook ad, you get 3 leads, right? But now with today's websites, you can track how many people are coming in, opting in, how long they're spending at your website, what pages they're spending time at to see what parts of your website are effective and what are not. So please, I'm going to ask you right now to write this down. My website is essential to my success. Write it down. My website is essential to my success. Can you do that? And while you're doing that, as you come aboard, say hello. I want to know who's here, who's hanging with us. For me, it just tickles me pink, inspires me to do better. All right. My website is essential to the success of my business. So with that said, there's these 2 schools of thought, right? One, we take our website and it's strictly to generate leads. Hey, Miss Monique, what's happening? Karate for girls. And we look at our website strictly as a sales tool. Okay, a sales tool. I get it. Write this down. 66% of the people, I believe was the stat that Steven shared, come to your website and they are not there to buy. They're curious. They're kicking some tires. They're who Steven labeled as Research Rita. And you want Research Rita. And I thought it was so cute, just the name. But Research Rita, right, might see your Facebook ad, will go to your website, will look at your Google business page, might find you at Instagram, right? Might look at your Yelp reviews, your Google reviews, which, is super important. We'll talk about that in a minute. But by the time Research Rita actually walks through your door, she knows more about your business than you possibly could tell her. We love Research Rita because it's pretty much a slam dunk. If they've done all the research and they walk through the door, and they take a trial, they've already signed up. They've already signed up. And that's why I believe one of the pieces of that research is your website. So please be mindful of that. And if we know 66% of the people are not coming there to buy martial arts, they're just researching, then why would you sell? I wouldn't. But strategically, one of the things I fought Steven on for years and years was I wanted to put my prices at the website and I wanted to put my schedule at the website. Those 2 things are the deciding factor for the average consumer. Does it fit my schedule? Can I afford it? Right? I understand we want to be transparent. So I fought Steven on this for years. And this is before I was ever a Market Muscles client, by the way, because we have our own web designer for my multiple businesses and we design our own websites. So, but my need to move it over to Market Muscles was mainly because I wanted my team to be able to run this business, interact with the back end of Market Muscles, and seamlessly manage this website without our web designer or me involved. So that was the other motivation. And over the past couple of years working with Steven, I'm just, again, I'm enthralled by his genius. Can I say that? I know he's going to maybe listen to this later and go, dude, you don't have to say that. But I do. I do. So if it's not there to generate leads, then how do I generate leads? Well, you dangle the carrot in front of them. You want the schedule? You want the pricing? Opt in, right? So when you go to opt in, which I thought was super brilliant, right to the left of the opt in pops up reviews. Man, reviews, reviews, reviews. And I'm going to really talk about that because I know it's trendy again. The whole reviews thing is trendy again, but the reviews thing is essential. Think about when you're looking at a restaurant and you're at Yelp Don't you look at the reviews first? Absolutely. When you're at Amazon buying a product, don't you look at the reviews? Absolutely. So the humanism, and I'm going to lean into this, it's not trend based, it's humanism. Humans like to look at the reviews. Write that down. So the aha moment that I took that away with is number one, to optimize your website, I want to make sure I have reviews on every page. And they should be reviews for that program. I'm cleaning mine up because, when Market Muscle set up our website, they just plugged in some of our reviews. We're going in there and changing each review. If it's a kickboxing page, only kickboxing reviews. If it's youth karate, only youth karate. If it's day camp, same thing. You get where I'm going with that. And then, of course, when they go to opt in, a review pops up. Brilliant. And I think the third tier of that is Stephen recommended that you do a review page. You should have an actual tab on your menu for reviews. The brilliant part is when they're scrolling through these different reviews, and you should always be updating them, it doesn't help. And this was a really good point. Stephen said, if you have an award or you have a review and it's 10 years old, and that's the most recent thing you have there, bad day. Bad day. I agree with him. So we're constantly updating our reviews. They can see their current reviews. If we get a new award, we post it there. We're constantly sharing that, right? Because one of my slides, I had, this ad we had in a parenting magazine, and it showed our first award was 2005. We've pretty much gotten one every year up until 2024. It shows the relevancy, the legacy business, and the sustainability. So that's a valuable point. Go to your website, update all your awards. And honestly, if you only got one from 2010, get rid of it. Get rid of it because it's kind of a huge disconnect. You with me? Anybody with me on that? Put it in the comments. I want to know your thoughts. And then the reviews page. But what was brilliant in that, of course, they could opt in. Again, it's right there. But we also embed our programs in the reviews page. So if you scroll down far enough, you can click on youth karate, day camps, etc. Because again, you're getting them humanism. I'm all vibrating at this level. Look at that great review, that great review. Where do I sign up? You got to give them a path. You got to give them a path. So I found when we first did our review page, it was just the reviews. Now the ability to opt in, the ability to click on the program page and learn more about that program is also strategically one of the parts that Stephen shared to help optimize. Is that a lot to take in? I hope it is, because again, I believe your website is extremely essential and important and valuable to the success of your business. Hey, what's up, Larry? Good to have you here, sir. Can't wait to see you in November. Don't mess me up, Marco. I can't wait to see you in November. Larry's coming out for the 4-day experience of It's Time Life Purpose, November 9th through 12th. And I praise Larry, to look at the potential of growing your life in another direction. That's phenomenal, sir. Phenomenal. I was talking to somebody else, and I know you're not as old as me, but this person was close to my age. I'm 62, and they're reinventing themselves, and they're going in another direction in their life. And I find that takes a lot of courage, and it's really commendable. So I just wanted to throw that out there, Larry. Thank you for hanging out with us. Now, going back to the website. So we talked about reviews, right? Get those reviews. And then again, how do you get reviews, right? It's often an uncomfortable situation to ask for them. I get that, okay? I get that. But post it at your it should be on your website where they can leave a review. It should be in all your social media channels scheduled in, right? A post, if you go into the back end, the Meta Business Suite in your Facebook, you can go, okay, every Monday at 9 a.m., I'm going to post, leave us a review. And then it goes directly to your Google page. We have a little QR code that hangs in the school very visibly that says, leave us a review. They hold their phone up there, they scan the QR code, boom, it goes straight to our Google reviews. Now, why do I lean into Google more than Facebook or Nextdoor or anything else? Because if I ask you to take out your phone right now and look for a roofer in your community, I would pretty much say 99% of the people are going to use the Google web browser before they use Yahoo or Safari or, Dogpile or DuckDuckGo, whatever's out there, right? You with me on that? Right. And that's why all the big brothers trying to break up the monopoly that Google has on search engines. They do. They have a monopoly, and Big Brother wants to break that down. And I get it. I get it. You don't want somebody having that much influence. Yet, for our industry, you want to make sure that you have your Google reviews tight and right. Okay. So that code that hangs in our school goes to Google reviews. Now, what's another way we cultivate that? Well, our Christmas party. Here's a great example. We have 5 or 6 selfie stations, right? And I saw that when I went to LA. It was a rainy day. We really couldn't do much. We went to one of those museums where you take a bunch of selfies, all 3D paintings, and one looked like I was hanging upside down like Spider-Man and different things like that. But each picture they take and they show it to one of our volunteers, they get a ticket for our drawing. If they choose, they don't have to, they leave us a review, they get 5 tickets. So something as basic as that, then every 15 minutes we gave away a Trader Joe's gift card, we gave away a Starbucks gift card, on and on, on and on. Then, of course, once they become a student committed to, you can put that in there. Hey, if you love what we do, please consider leaving us a review if we've earned it. But all of that is nurturing, and you can automate 90% of that in the emails and different things. We use our Market Muscles TV. It says right up there, you love what we do, scan this QR code and leave us a review. So you need to get those reviews. You do, you do, you do. And when you post them at your website, please don't do it all stylized and cool and things like that. Take the review. You could use a font, but put in the Google logo in the lower corner. And if they have a profile picture, add that too, because it shows authenticity. You with me? And if it's Facebook, whatever it is, we put the icon in the lower corner. That was Steven's idea. And then we make sure the person's profile picture is there if they have one posted at that social media platform. Again, it shows authenticity. I'm challenged when I see these stylized testimonials with no picture of the person who left the review and you don't put the icon of where it came from. I'm very challenged like that because it looks fake. So again, you want it to be authentic as possible. There was a while when we were cut and pasting JPEGs of the actual review. It's not as neat. So again, just put the social media and the person's picture. You with me? Hey, Sunjay from Rita Ranch Martial Arts. What's up, Sunjay? We had a wonderful conversation the other day. Sunjay's part of our It's Time group mentoring. And I know I can be strong sometimes, Sunjay, but I hope you appreciated the wonderful conversation that I appreciated having with you as well. Okay, so we covered the reviews. And this is a big one. Everybody write this down. No stock photos. Write it down. No stock photos, right? I've got a nice Canon. This is what I use. Cost me, I don't know, I think $2,000 when the day was done. I shoot videos on it for the scripts that I do with Kin Creative. I use them to shoot footage of classes, pictures, everything. And a lot of the pictures at our website I take. Why? One of the things that's very important is that you're always updating your website. New pictures, new awards, new reviews, change the header, right? Maybe change 3 lines in the copy, whatever's relevant. Change the pop-up at your website because Google loves a dynamic website. But because people don't see their website is of value to them, it's not essential. They think it's a set it and forget it. That is absolutely not true. It's not. Why again? If you want your SEO and your Google ranking, you want to make sure that website is dynamic. So when the spiders or the algorithms are doing this, around the internet, they see that, wow, this person's into their website. They must be an active business owner. That is super important. No, not a little bit important, super important. So I go in there and tweak things all the time. And then, of course, this is a big one too. No stock photos, no stock videos. Every one of our landing pages has a video. So they could click on it and see the program in action. That I think is really, really fundamentally overlooked by a lot of businesses. And it's something you should invest in. And again, with a simple software, I have the app CapCut is one of them. There's so many where you can just take 4 or 5, 6 short video clips, throw them into one of their templates, and you have a fundamental video that communicates the value of the program. In today's world, there's no excuse for it. Zero. And when I look at some of these homemade websites, I'm very challenged by that. Okay, so no stock photos. I got it. I want videos on all the landing pages. You got it? All right, let me take a deep breath. Who's got questions up to this point? I know I'm moving really fast, which I tend to do, which I like to do, and I'm digging it. Oh, now 1527. Awesome, sir. So, what are your questions up to this point? Put them in there. And as you're coming aboard, I don't want you sitting there in the cloud, man. Talk to me. Tell me you are here. I love when you are here. Oh, wow. We're rocking and rolling. So, what do we got? Put it in there. I'm not going to say anything until you tell me that you're here. I find it I don't think it's weird. I just think it is what it is. When somebody sits there and texts me and they say they've been following me for years, that's a little unnerving. I like to know the people that are following me and hanging out with me because I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Next thing, blogs. For a while there, I don't think it's true anymore. You can check, Marco. Put martial arts blog in Google. Who do you guys find? Am I still ranking there at all? Let's see. I'm going to go to Google and let's put in martial arts blog. Okay, Little Black Belt is up top. Feed Spot is up top. Martial arts schools near me is up top. Global martial arts. Oh, yeah. See, I'm getting bumped down. Martial Musings is there. The best martial arts blogs. Oh, and there I am. I'm still on page 1. But again, I'm not a paid one. I'm not a specific blog website. This blog is embedded into my One Martial Arts website. And I'm still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm number 7. So again, it's not a specifically designed website just for blogs. This is a blog sitting on my One Martial Arts website, and I'm number 7. Do you think that ranks me higher in SEO? Yes, I just proved it to you. It's right there, right? It's right there. Plus, it positions me as an authority, right? As an authority. Hey, what's up, James? What's up, James? I just got to check this. Sorry, Marco. Sorry, everybody. Multitasking. I think being an entrepreneur, the one thing I do is the ability to make money while I'm doing other things is pretty fascinating. My papa taught me, coming from a third world country, that the only way you make money is by working really, really hard. And I get that because I work really, really hard and I've always worked really, really hard. But to generate revenue by simply, wow, that's a trip. That's a trip. It's a trip. Is magic. Blogs. Write a blog. And please don't chat GPT and don't AI the crap out of that. You know why? The algorithms are going to see, hey, look at this really cool blog. And the algorithms are going to chat GPT wrote that. It's there, it's there, it's there. So don't think the algorithms don't know that it was written by ChatGPT. Me and Steven had that discussion. He goes, well, I don't think they really know it. I would think so. If 3 of the paragraphs are on 10,000 different martial arts websites, I would be led to believe that somebody didn't wrote that article and it wasn't the person who owns that website. So I write original content. And that, I believe, is why, even though my martial arts blog isn't about how to defend against a rear naked choke or 3 attackers, but because I've consistently written this blog on my One Martial Arts website, is why I'm still ranking at number 7. For a while, I was number 1. But then all these blog groups came out, and that's fine. That's fine. But again, you need to keep a blog. Hey, what's up, James Walker? Mile High, checking in, Resilient Martial Arts. And I think as you write this blog, and this would be powerful. Sunjay, I didn't even add this into our conversation, but by you writing a blog, you learn more about yourself. The more I write, the more I understand me and what makes me balanced and happy and whole. That for me is very, very important. Hey, Jason Smith, Believe Martial Arts, Shipley, Florida. Say hello so I can give you a plug on the show. That's been very important One of the things I encourage to all of my clients in general is to journal. Please journal. Please do what? Please journal. And by journaling, you get things out of your mind. And here's a classic example of that. I know it's a little off topic, but that's okay. I think it's important. Have you ever thought something to be so true about a situation or about a person? You swore that this was truth, 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 right? Somebody did this or something is that, only to find out you were totally wrong. Who can be accountable for that? Put it in the comments. Take ownership. Who's ever done that? I thought, this is truth, only to find out you were totally wrong, right? That's because in our mind, we cultivate this thought and it can distort and morph into something so wrong or twisted. So for me, part of my journey as a human, but part of my journey is growing as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, is I do journal. Because if I can see it, I can be it. If I can put it on paper, that for me is extremely powerful. So again, by you blogging, you're cultivating your message. You're telling your story, and nobody can tell your story better than you. And the more that you can refine that story, and for the lack of a better word, you become an expert on you. And that's pretty much, you are the leader of the band. You might be the teacher in this mom and pop martial arts school. So you being able to tell your story well and consistently is important. Why? Consistency earns trust. Say it with me. Consistency earns trust. And I want to earn that trust. I want to earn that trust. And so for me, when I write a lot about my family. I'll write about, where I am in life, things. It's a consistent message. I don't one day talk about chocolate chip cookies and next day talk about, building a shed in the backyard. I stay within what I call my wheelhouse and I refine that. So people start trusting that and they come to me for those parenting tips, my outlook as a parent with teenagers or wherever they are in their developmental stage. So again, what are you going to do? Write a blog, keep a journal. Those things are going to help you as a human, but even more so, they're going to help you as a small business owner and an entrepreneur. You got it? All right. That's a lot that we've unpacked so far, right? We've unpacked a lot. No stock photos, get lots of reviews, have a review page, right? Don't put your prices and schedule there. But going back to that one for a minute, if you look at our CTA, our call to action at theonemartialarts.com, and if you want to look at a great website, Stephen references it all the time because I do update it. I take what Stephen teaches me, what I learn, and I put it in there. What's up, Herman Macon? Extreme Impact Martial Arts. What's happening, sir? So I take what Stephen says and I apply it. And that's 3/4 of what Chris Preller was talking about. You're from YouTube University. You watch a YouTube video, goes in one ear and out the other because you have the attention span of a hamster, right? I'm very clear on what my purpose is of Live Your Best Life. I'm very clear to cultivate and grow my schools. I need to constantly be evolving. So when Stephen recommends something to me, somebody of his stature in the website design, I'm going to do my own research. But once I get it, I run hard. I run hard. So everything I'm sharing with you, I hope doesn't just become an afterthought. No stock photos. Okay. I got that. Reviews. I got that. The pricing one. Ooh. Right. And the schedule one. Ooh. But it's amazing when I saw the dance industry last week, everybody puts their prices. Everybody puts it. Their schedule. Everybody puts their upcoming events for their dancers. Everybody. And that's really, really bad because the way I communicate to my existing members and the way I communicate to a potential lead is totally different. So when you commingle the two so deeply, it creates confusion. Every great marketer, digital media, I don't care who it is, they will tell you if people are confused, they will not trust you, they will not buy from you. So if your mantra is be successful, it better be on every freaking page, said 50,000 different which ways, right? Mine is live your best life. I'm always looking for different ways to say it. Is it interwoven into the copy at Youth Karate? Yes. After school? Yes. Day camp? Yes. Kickboxing? Yes. My blogs? Yes. Even in the photos. I want to shoot photos and create videos that resonate with our why. live your best life. Okay? So stay with me on that. And that's really important. So I know I keep beating the bush on this one. The minute they opt in to earn that trust, I will automated text. Here's our trial offer. Here's our schedule. Here's our tuition investments after that trial. We give it to them. Nothing worse. Stay with me. There's nothing worse. And I did this one time. I think it was Ryan Levesque, who is a big digital marketer. I don't even know where he is today. Give you this PDF and it's going to help you make millions of dollars with digital marketing. I opted in, right? Thinking I was going to get it. Then they proceeded to want more information, all these emails, all these different things, and I still hadn't received that PDF on generating $1 billion in 2 days, right? I never got it. Distrust instantly. So I think what's neat, was my compromise with Stephen was that as soon as they opt in, they get that information right away. But like Stephen said, and I think this was super valuable because that is the carrot you're dangling, right? The carrot is you want the schedule, you want our pricing, opt in. But now I have your email information. So that allows me through an automated flow, try to nurture that lead. I know we've all heard that before. Nurture that lead. But I got to market 70 ways to 70 people, not one way. So they're going to get that email, they're going to get the text, but they're designed strategically to nurture that white glove service, hold their hand, talk to them. And we have VCs. So if you opt in to our Market Masters website, you can chat with somebody. Okay, so stay with me on that. And that's super, super important. Please. I know we all want to put our prices, and I was the first one to do it. I know that. People are going, you're nuts. Don't put your price. Don't put your schedule. And if you're a brand new school, please don't put your prices and schedule. You're a brand new school. You want them to know who you are. So if you get the opportunity to call them or text back and forth and provide the white glove service, which is, what are your goals for your child? What do you want to get out of the martial arts? Those different types of things become white glove service because now you answer my question. Why do I want to come to you versus Joe Karate down the street? That's it. So a real, true, honest, transparent, heartfelt conversation with a potential lead is a whole lot better than just give them everything at your website and leaving them to their own devices. You with me? I hope you are. Now, this was one that Stephen had talked about, and another person in the industry told him it's just wrong. It's wrong. Was to produce an about page. Now, we have a great about page. Look at ours, current photos, even shooting them. I look at some people's about page and the instructors submit a headshot from this gym or when they're at Disneyland or when they're on vacation. Try not to do that. Now, my kickboxing instructors, I do that because that's, somewhat more common in fitness, but I'd like to go back and reshoot my fitness instructors all wearing one martial arts gear in front of the same bag that I took my instructor shots. Take a look on our about page. But what that does, it shows a team. We're all in the same uniform. We're all singing the same song, and it's pretty powerful. So the about page is just one more, piece of the puzzle. If I'm there and I'm looking at Youth Karate page and I want to learn about the instructors, I can go here. And so that's, again, one more added value, much like the reviews page. Then you've got this about page, all those. Oh, thank you. Good. Scroll through that. Marco, you rock. So as you scroll down, it's got me first. I am the founder. So I put that in. I'm actually going to shorten my bio. My discipline will be able to be no more than the length of my picture. But see our dedicated team ready to serve you. They're all shot in their same uniform in front of the same bag. Some kids are a little taller. You see the uniformity there, right? Very consistent. If you click on any one of them, so far, whoever submitted a bio, the bios are there. Some of the kids haven't done the bio yet. So that's there. And you scroll down more. The ones we need to reshoot are the kickboxing instructors. But we did this intentionally for right now. But see it? See the inconsistency between my wife and Gail and Sophia? Look at that. But if they were all in a one martial arts shirt, shot in front of the same background, it gives that sense of team. See the difference between the top and the bottom? I think there's a huge difference. So that's there as well. While you're here, Marco, God, I love that you did this. Go over to our reviews page. Can you do that? Okay, see? So the authenticity of our reviews, it's got the icon for Google or whatever that is. Well, not here. I don't know if we put them all here, but you'll see when we go to one of the key pages. See that? So the reviews are there, and as you scroll down, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. All right. There's a place for our program is there. The 5C, there's your opt-in. There's a schedule. They're all energized. Look at these great reviews. Woo! So strategically, you opt in. And then the next section, oh, more reviews. I'm just so warm and fuzzy. These guys rock, 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 rock. And then what programs? Dun, 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 dun. And there you are. Okay. So go to our youth karate page, Marco. And again, if you are not with Market Muscles, you need to be. Maybe Marco will throw in the link. You know, I know much like digital marketing, I would say the majority of school owners know nothing about digital marketing. And did you know it's the easiest, cheapest business to start? As long as you have a computer and the ability to run a Facebook ad or do a TikTok reel, you could call yourself a digital marketer. And that's why I hear Chris Pirelli totally. You know, you go to YouTube University, you watch one freaking video on how to run Facebook ads, and all of a sudden you're an expert. It's a bunch of BS. Steven has over, 1,000 websites out there. My studio has over 3,000 clients. They've been around for a decade. They're cultivating, their craft and what they do. You need a marketing website. I'm telling you right now, right now, right now. So this is my tagline: invest in your child's personal development and future. If you ask me right now, what is the cost for martial arts classes? Our SOP would never be, well, for our memberships, Planet Fitness is $10. So again, as I talked about it, once you know your why, or once you have that tagline, you live, teach, and preach it at your website, at your Google business page, at your Facebook, at your Instagram. And Stephen stressed that. I'm going to say that too. The majority of our buyers, which are moms, right? I don't say that chauvinistically. My wife makes those decisions. I cut the check. I cut the check. I want to make sure that I am appealing to that audience. I'm appealing to that. And a $10 membership at Planet Fitness, I would never say. That's why we don't call our martial arts instructors coaches. I don't agree with that either. AYSO, free soccer, or park and rec soccer, they use the word coach. We're leaning more and more every day into teacher, even instructor, right? Doesn't have the same significance as teacher. So another brilliant thing Stephen did, notice the Google review and the Facebook review right up top. In the old days, we didn't do that because you would click the Facebook and you'd be out of the website off into the Facebook group page, right? Not anymore. That is a JPEG embedded. So you can't click on it and go anywhere. So I think that within itself is brilliant. Again, there's our tag. If you ask me how much for martial arts classes, we would say your investment for your child's personal development and future is, then we give you the price. Scroll down a little further, strategically placed up in the right-hand corner, as well as right here, is the opt-in for them to get the schedule and the pricing. The upper right corner, super important, right? It's there. You see it? There you go. The Success Never Sleeps thing is in the way. It's there. Scroll a little further, and then it's right there. Thank you, sir. See, and there's the reviews on the side. I mean, Stephen is just brilliant, and it's because he's humble. And here's our video, and we don't need to play the video, but that shows the program. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You got to have a video. You really, really do, but it's got to be shot professionally. It needs to be shot well, and it needs to communicate that program. You got it? Keep going, sir. And again, just trying to identify their pain points, trying to relate to them, trying to talk to them. Is your child ready for these positive transformations? Those are things strategic. I thought that's new in the Market Muscles website, which makes sense. This next one is another new feature. See how one martial art stacks up. That makes sense to me. If a mom's thinking about soccer, other sports, or martial arts, to be able to show why martial arts can be so much more powerful than your average other children's activity, super cool. Super cool. Next. Scroll down. And then we talk about the program. Why do parents choose our classes, right? Your child will grow with each class. I want some of that, right? Keep going. And of course, it formats well on a cell phone. When you do it mobile based versus desktop based, there's one thing to do a website on a desktop and then make it mobile responsive. But to design a website that's mobile one, where it's designed on a mobile app, is powerful. I mean, for your cell phone is powerful. Keep going. It all talks about the values. All those photos are not stock photos. Every one of those photos are ours. Then, of course, awards. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. We have to update that and add our latest award, but it's powerful. And then the reviews, of course, scroll a little further. In these reviews, look, we put the icon, the Google icon, the Facebook icon. It is here. It is here. And that is super duper important. Cool. Scroll a little further. Again, benefits, benefits, benefits. There's our pricing, all the different things. It all leads out in FAQ. Thank you, Marco. You can get out of that. But so you see, I'm a school owner. Why do I know all this stuff? Because I understand the value of marketing. If marketing didn't work, why do they sell ad space for millions of dollars at the Super Bowl? Why would Chase credit card be Chase Center with the Warriors co-branding? Why would Nike run commercials, right? All of it. All of it. Marketing is important, yet we think we're going to just swing open our doors and people are going to walk into our schools. That's simply not the case. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever. But the yin to the yang of that is you get this great website and you dial it in, people are opting in, and then your nurturing process sucks. They don't get text right away with the schedule and the pricing. They don't get somebody connecting with them trying to schedule them for a trial. They don't get a nurturing email flow up until the time they walk through your door, right? We're always cultivating that. Like right now, we shot videos. So if you sign up for a trial, then you get a video. Hey, this is One Martial Arts. We just want to get you familiar. This is the front of the building. When you come in, open the door, come in, you'll see your name sitting here in this acrylic frame, let you know that we're expecting you. Grab a seat. We'll be with you shortly. Because a lot of times we don't have front desk people, right? We've changed our business model and that doesn't exist. So again, I like to storyboard everything. So I take it through a storyboard. I go to the website. What do I need to see to inspire me to opt in? Okay, that's the next slide on the storyboard. I opt in. Great. What's the next slide? I get a text. Hello, here's the pricing. Here's the trial offer. Here's the schedule. Great. What's the next slide in the story? And that first storyboard goes from opt-in all the way until the time either they do two things. One, they never sign up for the trial and they get retargeted in another flow. Or two, they opt in for the trial and they go down this avenue with our automated email, text, and the video and everything leading up to when they walk through the door. And then when they walk through the door, what's your trial offer? After the trial, what's your follow-up to convert them to a member? And then once they become a member, what's their experience day in and day out for the first 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, all of that, all of that. That whole journey should be mapped out like a good movie, beginning, middle, and end. Who's the hero? Who's the teacher? Who's the antagonist? What is the conflict? That's standard with Disney. Disney follows a formula. Tell me, name one Disney movie somebody doesn't die in. Go, right? Every movie. Elsa, Frozen, the mom and dad died in the ship. Lion King, Mustafa dies, right? Rapunzel, I think the mother had died and was raised by someone else. On and on. That formula, it's just there. And it's very prevalent. It's very prevalent. And it's because that formula, they don't need to change it. They need to just refine it and go deeper and go better. And it's the same thing here. Once you create that amazing brand, you go deep. You go deep. So mapping that whole journey out is super important. It's really important. But again, it starts with your website, right? I come into the website. If I don't get it and it's confusing, you got way too much stuff here, I'm out. I'm out. That's why I would never advise you to send people to your homepage. I would send them specifically to the after school page, specifically to the day camp page, specifically. You with me? Who's with me on that? Jesse. I was so good to reconnect with Jesse. I'm going to say it, Jesse. Can I say it? You are a good man. Me and Lorenzo were talking about that later. Jesse's such a kind soul. And I don't get to be in Jesse's physical presence. I think it's only been a handful of times throughout life, but just the short time we spent together in Vegas, I was humbled to serve you, sir. You're a good man. And keep doing it. I hope you're looking at houses with your potential, maybe fiance down the line, huh? I hope you guys are already thinking about that. Right? That stuff is good. That is really good stuff. So we still got about 10 minutes. I want to open the floor to a couple of questions. The goal today was just to really, Stephen is so inspiring to me. And if you don't have a Market Muscles website, please, at the minimum, do an audit. Even if you never go with them, I think the knowledge their team can offer you just on an audit of your current website can help increase generating good leads and getting those leads to convert to trials. And once they're trials, it's up to you to turn them into members. But at the minimum, you guys, do that. Do that. And then, when people come to me and telling me their Market Muscles website doesn't work, and I've heard that too, first thing I say is, do you have stock photos? Yeah. Wasn't up to Market Muscles to put the best pictures? No. You're supposed to put a good folder together with all these amazing photos that communicate your story and brand. Not any old photos. Really think about what type of photos communicate the highlights, the best of that program, because we know a picture speaks 1,000 words. Hey, Ken. See, Ken, I didn't know you were there, but I'm glad you're there. And say hi, Ken. Make sure you say hi. How long you been here, Ken? Thanks for this. Oh, man, you must have been here for a while. You guys that are out there, say hi to me. Say hi. We love it when you say hi. And so when they tell me their website's not working, that's the first thing I say. Stock photos, yeah, change them. You have your schedule there, take it out. You have your pricing, take it out, right? All those different things, take them out. Take them out? No, take them out, right? Do you do a blog? No. Okay. Right? How come you're commingling information for your existing students with potential leads? Separate it. You have a members only section if you really want to use it, right? In Market Muscles, you can use that. Oh, okay. How about your reviews? Well, I haven't updated in a while. All those things. Your about page. Well, people say nobody cares. Yes, they do, because you care. They should know who you are, because 90% of our industry is mom and pop, right? You're trying to control a 3 to 5 mile radius. If I ask that question right now, how many of you here on this show today teach in your school more than 2 days a week? Most of you raise your hand and say, I do, right? I'm only there 1 day a week, so I don't need to be the face of it. But I think it's important. Do I want to show your link tree? Yeah, you can show the link tree, Marco. I think that's very cool. So again, utilize things. I've got it somewhere on my phone. I have my link tree with a QR code, and I can go like this, and they can scan it and go to any one of our pages, youth karate, things like that, because my phone is always with me. So this is Marco's link tree, which I think it looks much better on the phone, but it has all the different things, to go to different programs, to schedule trials. Sometimes something like this, it's more direct. It's more direct. And I think that's essential, because I never want to send somebody just to my landing page at the home page. That's like, what the hell? It's like just having me stand outside the front of your store. I want to take you to a specific department, whether that's, home goods or the children's department. I want to take you specifically to what you're looking for. So I think that's a big mistake. I love QR codes. I think they're powerful, but to be able to open my phone, and go to the camera and go boom, or have the link tree set up like that where they can scan it and simply go, I think it's powerful. It's very powerful. Thanks, Marco. I appreciate you. So somebody asked me that today on a call. It was actually yesterday. How do you know all this stuff? Because you're supposed to. Hey, what's up, Ralph? My hero, Ralph, all the way in Switzerland. Ralph is in Switzerland, right? Yeah. Love you, Ralph. Ralph's got a wonderful story. If you ever want to pick somebody's brain that took everything I know and did it better than me, talk to Ralph. Ralph does so many things better than me now. He's always in his curriculum and his school. Just brilliant, brilliant. But I love that. I love that. I'm going back to the top of the show, that comment, what makes me a great consultant? That's why. That's why. I help Ralph achieve his version of success. Talk to him. Talk to Ralph. And so I'm going out to Texas next week to meet with the Machado affiliates and to strategize how to grow that company potentially, and if I can bring value And one of the big things I share with people constantly is that there's a skill set to being a great martial artist, a different skill set to being a great martial arts instructor, an extremely different skill set to being a successful small business owner, and a different skill set to being a successful entrepreneur. And once you realize there are four different, skill sets, and you're humble enough to embrace that, and you truly want to be successful, then you go out and get the right information. It's the same thing here. I just want to teach. Well, that's why you'll only ever have 50 to 100 students. Great. Wonderful. If that's your version of success, then turn it off right now and don't listen to Brandon Beliso, right? But if your goal is to build a successful business that sustains you and your family well into retirement, right? It allows you to provide wonderful career opportunities for a team. It allows you to give back to the community that gives so graciously to you, right? If it can satisfy all those different things, for me, that is my version of living your best life. So, looking at your business, if you're not there, then it's a conversation you need to have first with yourself and then decide where you're going to put your money. It's amazed how much money we spend on BS, but you'll spend so little money on your learning. Even worse, you do lip service and you go to these events so you can post social media. I'm here at this learning event. I'm here at this learning event. I'm here at this learning event. Well, you're doing all that learning, but how come year in and year out, your business hasn't grown? Because you don't have the right learning. That's all that is. That's all that is. Because the right learning and the right mentor will inspire you to make the real changes you need to make to create that version of success. And it all begins with that mindset thing, which I live and die by. I've been called the master of the mindset. To me, it's really that. Because I was often perplexed to see somebody so wealthy with high notoriety, dysfunctional, drug addict. I'm like, wow, people would die to be in your shoes, yet you behave like that. When you see a professional athlete do that, you're like, people would die to be in your shoes in the NBA and you're out there drugging with domestic violence and all this other craziness. Well, I mean, think about that. So, um, I kind of went on that tangent because I've spoken to so many school owners this week in a couple of different companies, and I find the same ills with the dance industry, not valuing their website or getting it, the martial arts industry, not valuing systems in their team and what skill set they need, all those different things, they transcend across the board. So, what is this all about? Is it about optimizing your website? To a degree, right? Because as I was sharing with the company I got off the phone with, I can dream all day long. But what made Walt Disney so brilliant was he who was a dreamer, but he also understood I need the team to take my dream and put it into an action plan. Then I need a team to execute. See, Disney got that. And I think you're mistaken. When you wish upon a star, you can't just wish on that damn star. You got to do the footwork. You got to make it happen. And it's the same thing here. If you go to all these learning events, you watch my show, you do all these things, and your school is still in the same spot it was 3, 5, 7, 10 years ago, it's you. And you need to get the right learning. Cool? So, where are we going to be, Marco? You're going to be at It's Time Live Purpose, November 9th through 12th, Millbrae, California, 5 minutes from SFO. Come for 1 day or 2 days, but please come for 4 days. It's starting to book up. The 4 days booking up. The 4 days, it's personal transformation. It will change your life. Sam On will be there for wealth building. Adam Lodi from King Creative to help us tell that story and create our marketing. Dave Kovar is going to help us teach better on the mat. And yours truly. I wear hats. I wear them well. I wear them very well. And that has been the whole foundation of my success. What I don't know, I can learn. And once I learn it, I do my 10,000 hours on it. I do it really, really well. And that's my commitment. That's my commitment, not only to you, but to myself. Get signed up now. Marco put the link in there. You need to be there 4 days, and we're going to make 2025 rock. No, we're going to make it rock. We're going to make it rock. And then, of course, our It's Time group mentoring. Me and my team, we're doing really good work. Talk to Sunjay, Beth Dunkerson. It's a young program. We're cutting our teeth, but we're confident now that we can take on more school owners. I looked the team in the eye and they all feel good about it. We've all kind of grooved and gel and we're flowing, making stuff happen for people. If you're ready for that, then look up our Insta-Time group mentoring. Thank my sponsors, Tucson, Market Muscles, my studio, LC Accounting, and of course, Kids Love Life Skills. And there it is. Marco fixed it. Kid Creative. Let me take a shot of that. I'll send that to the guys, right? I'm so excited because you know what? I use all of these services. I'm not just an influencer. I'm not a hired gun. I use these companies. They impact my businesses and they are integral or essential to the growth, the sustainability of what I do. Cool. So I know today was really heavy and there was a lot of information, but I'm going to ask you to watch this one several times. Have your website opened up and go through these key points. And a lot of them will be aha moments. A lot of them will be, yeah, I'm doing it, but are you doing it well? That's the big thing. When we talk about doing it, are you doing it well? And a lot of times you don't know whether you're doing it well or not because you lack the knowledge, not information, knowledge. Like Chris Farley said, you could be the YouTube University kid sitting on his toilet, or like you said, wearing a Snuggie, sucking on your thumb while you watch your YouTube videos, and you think you're an authority on marketing. No, you're not. You think you're authority on running a small business. No, you're not. There's so many people out there, and I watch them sometimes going, don't you work in like a health club? And you're going to teach me about finances? You're going to teach me about entrepreneurship? No, you're not. That's because you watched a Grant Cardone video. Right. So I totally hear Chris Pirelli. And that's why you burn through a lot of money and you don't trust consultants. You don't trust anything because true trust begins and ends with you. And you can't cultivate that simply watching a YouTube video and going, I know how to do this. No, you don't. You'll only trust yourself through making mistakes, trial and error, falling down, getting up. That is the true heart of a small business owner and an entrepreneur. You with me? I hope you are. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here today. Give me a shout out. Put it in the comments. Please share this with as many school owners as you can. I'm on a mission. I always have been to help the small school owner. You are my passion. You are my purpose as a consultant and as a human being. I am Brandon Beliso. This is Success Never Sleeps. Until we talk again, what are you going to go out there and do? Live your best life.